You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. Yo, I am not really big into hyperbole. I know I say that often, but it's true. I've done this job long enough to know, like, you never get too high with the highs or too low with the lows. When you make declarative statements, they tend to bite you. Well, they tend to bite you in the ass. That's what happens. In 2007, LSU beat Florida in a great game, and the next week they went on the road to play Kentucky. And before that game, I said, as a young 25-year-old talk show host, there is zero chance, my words, quote, zero chance LSU loses to Kentucky. Yeah, well, they lost in 3 overtimes. That's a hard way to learn a lesson. So I try very much in earnest not to be hyperbolic and to keep things in context and perspective. And this may take some more research, but y'all, this might be the best week of the Brian Kelly era, the most significant week of the entire Brian Kelly era. Now, I understand, please, like, there have been amazing games, right? You beat Alabama in overtime. Jaden Daniels wins the Heisman. Last year's win over Ole Miss in overtime. There have been amazing games and on-the-field moments and things like that. And I'm not minimizing. I'm talking in totality and long-term visibility, all that sort of stuff. Look at what LSU has done this week. But there was massive news on Friday, which I'll get to here in a second, which sort of is the punctuation of this thing. Earlier this week, you had Kelvin Bolden from Ole Miss. Even if you don't know who Kelvin Bolden is, fine. Go look at anybody who covers Ole Miss and look at the reaction to LSU hiring Kelvin Bolden away from Ole Miss as a support staff member. Guys from Mississippi, played collegiately in Mississippi, has been a key part of their staff, worked with Austin Thomas at Ole Miss. Now Austin Thomas has brought him to Baton Rouge. We learned on Thursday they're bringing Jeff Martin home. I told you my feelings on that. Jeff was a student worker in the football program in 2002 under Nick Saban. Worked under Saban, Miles, Ogeron. 20 years in the football program. In 2021, SC came, made him an offer. He went to LSU's brass, said, hey, I have this offer. Can you match? Can you counter? They said no. He went to the West Coast. Now, Jeff Martin's back. Also on Thursday, you had Lamar Brown and DeAnthony Lafayette. And then on Friday, Shea Dixon breaks the news that Sam Petito is joining the LSU staff. Now, I understand fully, y'all. I understand. When I throw out names like Kelvin Bolden or Jeff Martin or Sam Petito, a lot of the support staff members, I've talked about others, J.R. Belton, Donovan Tate, even Jordan Arcemont. A lot of people don't know the support staff. You know the on-field assistants. Like, you know Joe Sloan, Blake Baker, Kyle Williams. Like, you know Corey Raymond, Frank Wilson, Cortez Hankton. You know who those guys are. The support staff that operates in the shadows, largely the fan base doesn't know. But I'm here to tell you, Sam Petito that's not a double off the wall. That's not a homer. That's a grand slam that, like, leaves the stadium. Yo, Sam Petito is from a meet. He's in his mid-40s. He spent a couple of years at Georgia. And for 8 years, Sam Petito was Nick Saban's sidecar when it came to talent evaluation. Like, Nick Saban would say to Sam Petito, hey, I'm looking for a defensive end with these measurables, this statistic, this mold that the NFL wants. Like, go find me this guy. And Sam Petito would go do it. He did that for 8 years for Nick at Alabama. Guy from Amite, Louisiana. You know why Devontae Smith was committed to Georgia? Sam Petito. Google it. There's quotes about Devontae Smith saying the impact Sam Petito had in his life. Again, both guys from a meet. When Sam Petito left Georgia and went to Alabama, Devontae Smith flipped to Alabama. Eight years, Petito was in Tuscaloosa. In February 24, so about a year and a half ago, he got hired by Ohio State. Ryan Day hired him. Okay. What was the biggest portal ad? What was the biggest portal ad last year for Ohio State? Caleb Downs from Alabama. Why did he end up at Ohio State? Sam Petito. Oh, Matt, they paid him a bunch. Yeah, but everybody would have paid Caleb Downs that number to get him. Quinshon Judkins. Hey, man, didn't Quinshon Judkins go to Ole Miss? Yeah, but he's from Pike Road, Alabama. And you know the guy on the Alabama staff who wanted Quinshon Judkins at Bama? Sam Petito. There was a disagreement internally. Judkins ends up at Ole Miss. When Petito goes to Ohio State and Judkins goes in the portal, guess where he ends up? Ohio State, because Sam Petito. Oh, by the way, who's the biggest recruit in Louisiana not committed to LSU right now? Muse, who is it?
It's Blaine Bradford.
Yeah, where's he committed?
Ohio State.
Why do you think that is?
Sam Petito.
Big part of it.
Yeah.
Oh. Who did LSU get a commitment from on Thursday? Muse, help me out here.
Lamar Brown.
No, it was DeAnthony Lafayette.
Oh, DeAnthony Lafayette.
I'm kidding.
Both of them, actually.
I'm kidding. Yes, Lamar Brown. Hey, you know what Lamar Brown tweeted earlier today right after the Sam Petito news broke?
Actually, I do not.
Here's the tweet from 11:08 a.m. Come home, exclamation point, tiger face emoji, at Blaine1307. Lamar Brown is going, hey, Blaine, come on. Again, I'm not into hyperbole. Might sound like it right now. That's not really my thing. I hope this impresses upon you how significant this is. Y'all, we are living in an era of college football that is transformative. It's not just about your head coach and building a recruiting staff among your 10 on-field assistants and coaching them on the field. Like, it is now built like an NFL staff. You have your coaching staff that coaches the team, and yes, they have to recruit as well. But you have your front office, and your front office does talent evaluation and scouting and manages the roster and the numbers and the salary cap and all of that. And so much of that is relational as well. And this week, man, have they done an incredible job of not just adding staffers, but like dudes. And think about what this staff looked like when Brian Kelly was hired. Half the staff was dudes that knew Brian Kelly. Half the staff were people that knew Louisiana. Brian Polian, he brought in Robert Steeples. He brought Kerry Cooks from South Bend. He brought Jake Flint from South Bend. He hired Mike Denbrock. And look, some of those are good. Jake Flint's still your strength and conditioning coordinator. Denbrock was awesome. He's now back in Notre Dame. But a lot of them were whiffs. And what's happened subsequent? They have loaded up the staff 100% with Louisiana people. That's it. Every one of your 10 assistants all are from or have ties to LSU or Louisiana. And now look at your support staff. You've built a support staff that is only people who know what it's like to win here. This is no longer Brian Kelly's staff. This is Austin Thomas's staff. Scott Woodward brought Austin Thomas back, and Brian Kelly said, hey, guy, Build me a roster that looks like the ones that won championships here. I know I can coach. I know my assistants can coach. Build me a roster that can win a national championship. How do we do that? Well, we need this guy, this guy, this guy. They'll get the blah, blah, blah. Go. This is what it looks like. I'm not telling you right now that in 2025, LSU's going 16-0 and winning a national championship. I don't know what's going to happen this year in the season. All I'm saying is, as you start to project what it takes to consistently build a roster that looks like one's able to win championships, these are the dudes that have done it over and over and over and over again, and now you got them all on one staff. It is a really, really good week for LSU football. Maybe the best since Brian Kelly's been hired. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.